Today I'm going to be talking about the avoidant leadership persona. This is a self-protective set of behavioral strategies that people use when they're experiencing prolonged stress, uncertainty, or they simply don't have the skills, experience, and competence to maintain effective leadership and are afraid to say, I don't know, or afraid to ask for the help that they need. And self-protective behaviors and a persona is normal and natural for everyone. So there's nothing wrong with you if you find yourself using some of these strategies. They're simply self-protective impulses that kick in reaction to a perceived threat that we're experiencing. So the avoidant leadership persona is an approach that's best characterized as providing employees with the freedom to do anything they want to do while avoiding actually leading. and so most personality types who use this strategy have a tendency to be introverted as their first function. That they tend more to recognize that if they avoid the difficult stuff, people will have to go off and figure it out on their own. They fail to define expectations. They tend to, as I said, they march to the beat of their own drum. They like to do things independently, and so they leave everybody else alone, projecting onto everybody else that that's probably the way they like to do things too. And so they leave employees never sure of what's really expected of them, and sometimes just leaving them feeling really anxious because they're not sure what to do. They will also flip-flop and avoid making decisions, deciding one thing and then changing their mind, and you're never really on solid ground because you never know what they're going to go along with. And this is very confusing. When you do get a decision out of them, you don't really know if they're going to stay on that same place and be saying the same thing the next day. So whether it's done all of the time, whether it's done in specific areas, this is a coping strategy. This is a persona that kicks in when you don't have the skills or the tools, when you're feeling excessive stress. Just notice it. If this is you, if you are avoiding and in your self-projective system, you have to take that time to really think about it. Think about, this is my style. This is my personality type. I am more likely to behave this way. Other people behave differently. Other personality types go into fight, are more aggressive. I become more passive. I become more avoidant. Just own it. Be with it. It's just a part of who you are. It is not your authentic self. And you have the power and ability to shift only if you recognize that this is your persona. So do take time to recognize the impact that stress, uncertainty is having on your leadership behavior. Make some steps to shift. Think about those things that I've described today that you may identify with and commit to working on not doing that. Think about some things that you've been avoiding over this last while and work on it. Just work on it one day at a time, one step at a time. And so if you haven't already, take the Striving Styles personality system. The Myers-Briggs doesn't go into that depth of self-protective behaviors, the emotional needs that drive behaviors. It doesn't have the roadmap for you to follow once you take the Striving Styles personality system. So if you haven't, do take it. If you've taken the Myers-Briggs, we have an MBTI conversion tool on our strivingstyles.com site as well. And so you can simply key in your 4-letter code and have it converted into your striving style. So you get to know your predominant need and your self-protective behaviors.